It's dirty trucking, dirty trucking. It's 12:50. I ain't really got no money to do nothing. See, this is the position they like to put me in. They want to make sure I don't have no money to get no attorney. I'm not able to do nothing. I'm not able to do anything. So, first and foremost, I want to get to my swollen ankles. Now, yesterday, by me being in court all day, and for some reason, when I sit in that car, I don't know if that car has anything to do with it, but I was sitting all day in the courtroom. So there about 5 hours. So I want you to see my ankles. Not swollen at all. And the only thing that I didn't do was buy bottled water. So I want you to see my ankle. It is completely back to normal. There's no swelling at all. When I was in the courtroom, there was a minor swelling left. But I didn't have any bottled water. You're not allowed to bring I had coffee. I bought a Burger King, but that was taken at the check-in to get it in the courtroom, so I couldn't bring that in. So, and I only had a few sips at the water fountain in the hallway, as you can see. My ankle is perfectly back to normal. And the only thing I did was drink the bottled water that I've been buying from these gas stations and everywhere else I stopped to get my snacking on. My ankle is not swollen. So today, I'm going to go buy the bottled water and see if my ankle swells. If it is, then it's going to prove what the fuck I've been saying. It is something in that water that is causing ankle swell, and it was what I started blowing off of water. So I think they giving me some special water because they know exactly what they got it timed perfect for when I come there, and they know I'm finna get it. So I'm going to do some water tests. I had not one drop of bottled water yesterday. I didn't even drink faucet water when I came in here. And I haven't drank any water at all. And the leg swelling is gone. Ain't that strange? So, but my video, I want to talk about my takeaways against being 36th District Court. My takeaways of being at that court is, no matter what's going on in your apartment, all they hear about is the money. I stood up there and told them it was illegal entry in the apartment, how they switched my journal, and the judge said it sounds like a personal problem. Illegal entry sounds like a personal problem. Illegal entry in an apartment building is definitely a landlord problem. But now, her courtroom is for non-payment of rent. Now, I don't know if there's a different courtroom to handle that, but that's part of landlord-tenant. So, and that's my opportunity to stand up there and tell them what's going on in the apartment. But when she heard illegal entry, that they switched my journal and prevented me from, I don't know how much earning potential I could have had for selling that journal. I believe I mentioned something that they were going in my apartment. She said, and I told her I had numerous police reports. Sounds like a personal problem. That's my takeaway at 36th District Court. They want to ensure the landlord gets their money no matter the condition of the apartment. I didn't even get to mention about the tub, but I showed the attorney a picture of the tub. I didn't even get to mention the disgusting condition of the tub. Now, the property manager was there. Is a black lady here. She's new. She was there. And she stood there in the hallway with that attorney and said she wasn't aware of any of these issues I was having here. And I had to correct her. Yes, you were. Your entire leasing office is aware. And I'm looking as now, I've been there 5 hours because the attorney that there had handling the cases here with this building, in and out. He got other properties he was handling, so he was in and out of different courtrooms. And I've been there 5 hours. And I was the last case. My judge wasn't the actual judge of that courtroom. She was a visiting judge. So my case, we got a visiting judge here presiding over my case. And mentioning illegal entry went in one ear and out the other. That you switched my journal went in and out the other. And I think these are things that's supposed to be brought up in landlord-tenant court because it absolutely took place in my apartment. So, My feelings about the justice system here is the same. So when she mentioned it sounds like a personal problem, yes, it is. Because of what the justice system did to me. It is absolutely a personal problem. Yes, it is. My feelings is a personal problem that is based off the way they have done me here. There was never any justice for me here. And I saw that in the courtroom. All those people that stood up there before that judge, all I heard was pay, or, you can leave or pay. Leave or pay. That's the takeaway from that. These people complained about repairs that were not done. They were in that courtroom before because of repairs. Like I said, there's people in there with amounts owing of $10,000. How you get to $10,000? I don't know. What is your rent? But the people that was in there seemed like they made pretty good money. They were talking about they were paying out, bulk loads of money. One girl said she sells furniture. Okay, so that explains how she, on the wealthier side of this. But she stood up there and said she had issues with repairs, that she was in that courtroom before and it was not made. And that the attorney was adding on stuff while they were in the courtroom. And so the judge did get with him about adding on stuff while they were in the courtroom. But my takeaways from that is they're not going to do shit. And I'm tired of hearing they're not going to do shit. I can stand up there. I mean, who addresses the illegal entry? Who addresses what happened to my journal that stopped out? Unimaginable earning potential. I could have been sitting here pretty on Easy Street, making a series of these journals or going off into a new venture with online selling. I don't know. I never reached my potential because somebody came here and switched my journal. She didn't want to hear that. It's a personal problem. You can't file court cases for personal problems. There's no court personal problem attorneys. Sounds like a personal problem. And at that point, I'm like, is she speaking on what I just said, or you speaking on my feelings about the court? Because she's a visiting judge. So, my takeaways is, no matter what the fuck going on in your apartment, repairs, if they don't want to hear it, and all they hear is about the money you owe all this money. My tub look like shit. Ceiling in the kitchen about to come down. But even besides that, I didn't have the rent anyway because the job was. Now the attorney heard the issues about my hardship caused by Uber and the theft of monies I've been experiencing. So, because I've been here long enough for them to see a rental habit that my rent has been paid. And I don't miss paying the rent. Now I get late fees. I've had a court fee twice before. This make the third out of the 3 years I've been here. Third time I've actually got assessed a court fee. But the first time I ever got that is because I changed jobs. Because I wasn't going to stay there, work at that job with that nonsense going on. So, and that job was playing game. I'm tired of everybody I come in contact with talking about they in a meeting. My life is not a meeting. You're not having a meeting about my life. You're having a meeting about this game you're playing with my life. That whole time, I'm sitting there waiting for my case to be called, taking breaks. The judge went on break, take a break. So with 15-minute break, I'm out there in the hallway. I'm watching these the other attorneys just walk around watching me, cutting their eyes at me. This shit funny. Ha ha. This shit was funny. You did this deliberately to get me in court. So because of that, I don't want to stay in this apartment anymore. I no longer want to stay in this apartment. And whatever happens after that, I don't give a shit. You understand me? Because I'm not the one to be doing this shit to. I'm not the one to be sitting up there hearing me plead for help and you not do anything about it. I'm talking about illegal entry. Now, what if I ended up dead because of the illegal entry? Oh, you'll take action then. So, I want you to see the apartment. I got this down here because I got tired of coming home seeing the black footprints. But looks like they're coming in here moving this around and leaving footprints anyway. Because the rug's got dark spots. So, I leave that down. Hallway, I don't give a shit. I ain't got nothing to put down there. But this is the condition of the apartment. This is when you don't give a fuck anymore. So when you don't give a fuck anymore. I ain't got shit in the fridge. I managed to cook up some chicken yesterday. See if they come in here today and put something in the food. It's the living room. This is when you don't give a shit anymore. So we don't give a shit anymore. Cheap plaster jobs. Took the lights down for the Christmas trees. For the Christmas lights down, and that happened. Cheap plastering job. This condition of the apartment. I don't give a fuck. I ain't vacuumed the floor in weeks. I don't give a fuck no more. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about this apartment. I don't give a fuck about this apartment building anymore after what they done. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to live here anymore. That's my takeaways with 36th District Court, going to court, sitting up there, telling them my case. And they probably down there in the lease and all of us laughing. Yeah, she told them about the legal entry, but they didn't give a shit. She still got to pay us this money or get out by the date. So I don't give a shit anymore. This is my takeaways. See, when you do shit like this to me, I don't give a shit anymore. And I'm going on video to let you know this is no longer my home. After what they did to me, after Uber and Hertz assisted them to doing this to me. Uber did this shit on purpose. That illegal entry coming in here going through my documents resulted in this. Them knowing I work for Uber resulted in this. Me making videos resulted in this. Them taking my videos and making videos resulted in this. Oh, you can't have a voice of opinion. Like I said in the video yesterday, I hate that my mother gave birth to me in this state. Had I known my life could turn into a holy hell once I got grown, I wish I was born somewhere else. I don't give a fuck anymore. This used to be my home. I no longer give a damn about this apartment anymore. And you're right. My opinion about your justice system here in Michigan is personal. And you're going to remember me for what you did to me or didn't do with Warren Truck and this games you've been playing. It is personal what you've done to me. This is personal what you've done to me, and it's deliberate. And I don't give a shit anymore.